Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Nadim. This is Michael, your instructor for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And looks like you are working right now in the writing step of the TOEFL. And you submitted an essay, and here's your question. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and read the entire essay out loud with you. And if you like, Nadim, you can, underneath the video, I've included the whole essay. So as I go over it with you, you can follow me as I do that. Okay, so the question: some adults want independence from their parents as soon as possible. Other young adults prefer to live with their families for a longer time. Which of these situations do you think is better? Use specific reasons and examples to support your opinion. In your introduction, you say every person and I would change that to has. Every person has a right to live, and you need to use the adverb, not the adjective, to live comfortably. Or no, how about this? To live a comfortable and tension-free life. Some adults, don't forget the S, some adults might think that they will be comfortable and burden-free when they live with their families, even though they can live independently. I think it would be better to live independently, I would say, not independent from our families, as soon as possible. I remember a famous saying: where there is a will, there is a way. And capitalize the W there, and right after that, where you have mean, put which means you have to work hard to achieve a goal. In other words, if you want to be successful, you have to learn how to fly independently. I would not put a comma after learn there. We have face-to-face competition, and to build, not built, to build our relations to be successful in life as soon as possible, which is possible only if we live independently. Probably repeating that word possible too many times, and you even say it again in the next paragraph. It is possible to face our own world of competition if we live independently. For example, my father is a pharmacist. Instead of saying he, just say my father is a pharmacist who owns a business. I would say a pharmacy business, and we are two brothers. You need a period after brothers, not a comma. Now you have a new sentence. When my brother and I graduated from pharmacy school and got our licenses, we comma after licenses, and then we started, I would say practicing there. We started practicing with our father. Just in 2 years, we now know, you might say, instead of know, we now know how to run and manage a pharmacy and to compete with other chain pharmacies. So it is only possible to face, think, and then compete if you have you. But you're saying we here, if we live independently. So be careful about shifting your pronouns from, for example, in this case, we to you. Stay focused around what you're saying, your point of view. The next one. Secondly, if you live, no, I would probably say, if I live independently, then it is possible to build my own relations as in my own pharmacy where I work independently. And then maybe you have a comma, ideally about 2 to 300 patients daily, and I have to counsel them about, I think you need a period after independently. And then maybe say ideally, we have about 2 to 300 patients daily, comma, and I have to counsel them about medication use. Frequencies, medication use frequencies, comma, maybe, and their side effects. Maybe put a period here and say this is not only my professional, but also my social responsibility. I don't think you need to repeat responsibility twice there. Then the next sentence, it means it is only possible to build, not built. After an infinitive, you need to use the base form of the verb, not the past participle. So you would say again, it means it is only possible to build my, not your, my own social and personal relations if I live and work independently. Again, be careful. Think about what point of view you're using here and try to be consistent with that point of view throughout the essay. You talk about we, you go to I, you go to they, then you go to you, then you're back to I again. You're shifting around too much in the point of view, and it hurts the consistency and the organization of the writing. Okay, at the end. In conclusion, competition, we can face, relations, and we could build, not build. We could build only if we live independently. In other words, if we want to be successful, I would put a comma. We have to learn, no comma after learn, how to be financially, you might say how to be independently financially solvent, I might say. Okay, so let's take a look here. So on the one hand, Nadim, you actually have a decent organization, I think. But let's take a look at the criteria here. I don't think you're going to get higher than a 3 here. So let's take a look at 3. It says, I think the grammar and the vocabulary problems are interfering in your ideas to be understood here. So I think may demonstrate, I'm reading exactly from the TOEFL IBT independent rubrics for the TOEFL IBT, may demonstrate inconsistent facility in sentence formation and word choice that may result in lack of clarity and occasionally obscure meaning. Yes, you do have some word choice problems, some problems with your sentence formations. Also, you do have maybe a limited range of syntactic structures. I think sometimes, Nadim, you need to combine your sentences a little bit more as opposed to using the shorter subject-verb sentence style. Also, vocabulary. Sometimes you're not sure of the exact word to use. Should you use an adjective or an adverb or a verb or a noun? So I think based on that, I think your essay fits pretty well right now in the 3.0 out of 5 on the TOEFL IBT. So my recommendations here, you're probably already doing this, but I recommend them anyway, is with my TOEFL lessons, and particularly with the grammar areas, I think it's TOEFL grammar lesson number 3 and TOEFL grammar lesson number 4. If you look at those grammar lessons, I have a link. It's a link. You can go to a website where you can practice editing. Okay, so when you go there to that website, you want to click on that link in TOEFL grammar lesson 3 or 4. And once you get there, it's a good idea for you to practice, I would say maybe 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week for a few weeks. You need to get a better control of your editing. Also, you need to get better control of your pronouns, pronoun shifts and such, and combining your sentences a little bit more. Alrighty? Anyway, good to hear from you again, and thank you for submitting your practice essay.